Welcome to the world's fastest growing podcast that interviews random Todds and asks them unpredictable questions in a series of wacky segments.
Here at the Toddcast, we believe every Todd has a story, and we want to hear it. All right, welcome in everybody to another edition of the Toddcast. Today we have strength and nutrition coach / physique competitor Todd Opacinch. You can find him on Instagram at coach_UKI_Todd_. Welcome in, Todd. How you doing?
Doing well, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you. How you doing, Michael?
Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah, Todd, thanks for letting us slide into your DMs and coming out here to talk to us this morning. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and with that, we'll actually get right into it in our first segment.
Once Upon a Todd.
All right, so this is a segment here that we just want to hear about. Who are you, Todd? And what do you want the listeners to know about you?
Who am I? Okie dokie. First generation Ukrainian American. Born in New York, raised in Louisville, Kentucky. And then about 16 years ago with my wife and daughter moved to the beautiful flatlands of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where there's corn and Amish, and that's about it. So kind of gave up a career in the horse industry, thoroughbred industry when I lived in Kentucky. When we moved up to Indiana, became Mr. Mom. Then as my daughter grew up, just kind of flourished in the entrepreneurial spirit. And I've had numerous businesses and jobs until I kind of came back to my passion of being a trainer, strength coach, and nutrition coach. And I've been doing that as a business for about 8 years or so. And then later on in life, I found the desire to shave my body, get a spray tan, and stand on stage and do men's physique competitions. Why? I'm not sure. But actually, I did that. I was 265 pounds at age 40 and knew I needed to do something. I thought, man, getting up on stage, doing that's going to be motivation. Yeah. So dropped 85 pounds, did it. And that actually kind of started my journey as far as doing the nutrition coach and stuff as well. And I've kind of stuck in that field for about 9 years now. So that's awesome. The nuts and bolts of it, I guess.
Very cool. So what were some of those like entrepreneurial ventures that you fleeted to for a little bit?
Okay. So my degree's in justice administration. I graduated from University of Louisville, worked in corrections for a year, decided that wasn't for me. I was a drill instructor at a correctional boot camp, believe it or not. Oh, wow. And got out of that and then started an auto detail shop. And then I'd always worked for this gentleman that lived in the neighborhood and installed these fly spray systems in thoroughbred farms. So being in Kentucky, thoroughbred farms, there's a lot. So went from there and I basically started a horse flooring company and worked all over the world. Did work in England, Ireland, Dubai for Sheikh Mohammed from Dubai. Michelle Pfeiffer's farm, did all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
So I had that business, and we moved up here. My wife's a neonatologist, so takes care of premature babies. Gave up that, and then, like I said, once the Mr. Mom time was up, my daughter I think she was in first grade at the time, and I always saw kids in front of video games. And again, I've always been kind of into health and wellness. I opened a kids' indoor birthday party and play center. So there were no electronic games, had a big play center, activity room. We did birthday parties. So did that. That was 2006, 2007. Then the economy tanked. And so I kind of ended that. So I had that business. And then I went from there to basically doing the strength and conditioning center. A few other little small businesses here and there, invested in a restaurant and stuff, but nothing major as far as operations, as far as that goes. But everything from drill instructor, horse industry, detail shop, kids indoor play center, doing the strength coach. And I'm also the promoter of a bodybuilding competition. So I promote bodybuilding, bikini, physique competitions as well. So
nice.
it's kind of,
Yes.
you can see where it matches up with the Justice Administration.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
of course.
logical progression.
Yeah.
It's very logical.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. I always get ideas and stuff and run with them, I guess.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's never a bad thing.
No. Well, especially when your wife's a physician, I'll be honest, that does help to have that to fall back on that.
Yeah.
We talk about privileges and stuff, but that definitely has something that's allowed me to be an entrepreneur, to have that to fall back on, but also balance that, with the wife. So, you're not getting a divorce and you're not spending money frivolously on, stupid ideas, but that has a definite benefit and has allowed me to do that. Yeah.
Nice. And so you said you had always kind of had that passion for like strength training and nutrition. Kind of throughout all those ventures.
Yeah. Right. Right when I got out of high school, started working out at a gym. I was around bodybuilders and, they always, I don't know, I always gravitated towards bodybuilders, these big guys, huge guys. So I'd always worked out and done those types of things. It was probably when I hit 40. We were in Ireland for a wedding, and I stepped on the scale. I'm 6 feet tall, and I was like 265 pounds. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I'm working out like a beast. I'm strong, but not looking like that. And I realized it was nutrition.
Yeah.
And I was like, started tracking my nutrition. So like I said, I'd always been kind of a gym rat of sorts, but it wasn't until I hit 40, a couple knee surgeries, sleep apnea, wrist surgery. And I'm like, I need to change something now. If not, next thing I know, I'm going to be, I'm going to be in that category, the obese category, and let's do it at 40. So that's when I really, as far as for a personal journey, like I said, I went 265 to 182, and I did a competition, and then decided to do a strength and conditioning center with a local gentleman who had been doing it for some years. And that's what I do now. And, we've worked with some athletes that have gone on to play Division I and professional. I've worked with some professional hockey players, but I've always liked working with the adults. Just I know when I was 40, the reward I had from that, as far as being able to lose weight, and not necessarily to look good when I get on stage, but to be mobile, to be able to sleep well and do that. So that's my passion. So I work primarily with adults now, and kind of help them get out of that obesity range and enjoy life.
Do you find that people like in the 40, 50 age range are a little more skeptical to go into that strength, like bodybuilding style training, or are they pretty open to that idea?
Yeah, some are, especially with the internet now, if I look at my Instagram feed and I see, a lot of the fitness models and stuff, it's very phony. It's very hokey. So a lot of people are, but my training is as a certified functional strength coach. So I don't necessarily train people how I train. And I don't put I don't put pictures up of me training, my training style. And every once in a while, you'll see pictures of me when I'm competing. Because when I'm on stage and I'm 4% body fat, I'm probably the least healthy. If you were to take my blood work, probably close to dehydration. And anybody that gets on my stage, I say all the time, it's like, wow, they look great. I feel horrible. Your body is not meant to be at 4% body fat. Most of us, it's not. So I use that to show people this is an extreme you can go to, or this is a goal. I have a goal. These are the steps, and I get there. I don't stay like that, year round. So a lot of people are, but I do get women who are 50, 55 that want to do a bikini competition. And if that's their goal, I help them do that. But I don't use that as the metric of success as far as having a six pack and how you look. That's a very bad metric to look, because the fitness models up there, they're running as many drugs to look that way as your Mr. Olympias are. People don't know that. So that's I try to encourage and educate people on that, as far as what are the real metrics to look at to measure success and health. And it's not me with one of my posts when I have a six pack. That's not.
Yeah, it's nice to have.
That's my passion. I like I said, I love doing the men's physique stuff. I've got friends that are top level bodybuilders, but I don't promote that as this is what you want to look like and this is what you want to do. If you're talking being healthy, no, it's not really healthy.
Yeah, I had a couple of friends that do like I got one that does the bikini, and then another one that he did like the bodybuilding style, like short, whatever. Yeah, and it sounded like it is an intense like final 2 weeks. Like it's just like you're tracking like the amount of water you're drinking, and like your salt intake goes like way down, and it's
carb loading. Yeah, I just a lot of shows were canceled this year. The show that I promote was canceled, and a couple that I was going to do. So I just decided yesterday, I've got 12 weeks. I started yesterday getting ready for a show. I'm going to Texas to do a show December 19th. So actually a few days after I turned 50. And it's going to be around Thanksgiving time that you're doing the 2-3 gallons of water a day and watching your carbs. And,
horrible timing.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like I said, I'm a very gray area person with my personal life. I'm very gray area, very, I find a way to, wait till the end, but I always find a way to fix something. You cannot do that when you're doing these shows. You have to nail it. There's no fixing in the last week, a bad diet. Mm-hmm. And I try to use those lessons as far as doing physique with my clients. There's no shortcuts, stay the path. Those types of things. So
dang. Yeah, I'm getting married in 6 days, and I just got back from my bachelor party last week, and I put on my tux came in while I was gone, and I tried to on back in January before all this happened. So I'm trying to fix that diet in a week here. So
you got it, man. I believe in you.
In 6 days, we can water manipulate and drop some water and low carb stuff. So maybe I'll help you on that. So
perfect.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I also did leg day for like the first time since like January on Wednesday, and we're recording this on Sunday for the listeners. And my legs are still just completely trashed right now.
It's funny. Like I said, I do men's physique, so we wear the board shorts. I don't look a lot at the legs, and I've had 2 knee surgeries, so I hadn't done the legs. Now I hike a lot. I go to Alaska, Colorado, wherever I do a lot of hiking, but my upper body does not match my lower body. But I did legs again the other day too. And I'm literally at home on the throne, like, oh my God, I've got to get up from this. Yeah,
this is where I live now.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good stuff. So I'm with you on that. I know the pain.
Yeah. Yeah, today's supposed to be my other leg day, but I don't know if it's a wise idea. They were just so.
Well, as long as you're 48 hours out. 48 hours out is muscle protein synthesis. So if you're in pain now, that's okay. Feel like, it hasn't healed. I still have pain. So lactic acid will be there. So as long as you're 48 hours post your last workout, all the muscle protein synthesis healing has happened. So don't wuss out. Get in there and get your damn legs done.
Todd, I'm trying to get an excuse not to do leg day. Come on, man.
Hey, I've done it for a year. So,
all right, fair enough.
So you said as long as it's been 48 hours since the last time?
Yeah. There's a muscle protein synthesis. So basically that healing. So people will be sore like 4 days later and think, I'm still sore, I shouldn't work out. And that's basically the lactic acid buildup in there. So as long as you're 48 hours post that workout session, you can go in there and work that muscle group
perfect.
without fear of it not being healed from, like I said, that muscle protein synthesis. There's still chemical reactions that are going on for about 72 hours still. Hormones are still increased. But you see a lot of people that try to work body parts to get them bigger. They'll do high volume. So every other day, you'll see like bikini girls. Every other day they're doing their butt. And they're like, they're not giving their butt enough time to heal. That sounds weird. Well, you can keep that up. But so anyway, as long as it's 48 hours, you're fine.
All right. Cool. So like within like if it's been 2.5 years since I worked out, I should be good to just start.
I'm going to get a calculator, but I think you're okay.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure I'm planning. So
you're good.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, it's been my I've been dreading a leg day, so I just keep putting it off. It's going on quite some time now.
Just do some leg extensions. So just do something. Like I said, I've always said, well, I hike. I do a lot of hiking, but doing, hypertrophy training to get big shoulders and big arms. Hiking ain't the same. So,
Yeah. I'm just trying to get big thighs. I want massive thighs.
That's right.
Small calves, massive thighs.
What?
It's going to look so good.
There's always implants. Brazil. Maybe a lot of them in Brazil.
Googling flights to Brazil.
Yeah.
Might be pretty cheap.
Hey.
All right. Well, that's going to roll us right into the next segment.
What if Todd was one of us?
All right. What if Todd was one of us? This is where we give you a scenario that one of us has been in. And actually, I was in this scenario. And we just want to know, how would you have reacted? So I was actually at the gym the other morning, and this guy was doing ab rollouts inside of a power rack. He wasn't even doing bicep curls. He was doing ab rollouts, so which do not require a power rack at all, as you know. I walked up to him, and this is my leg day, and I politely asked him, all right, how many sets do you have left? And he basically hostilely responded, 3 more sets, whether you like it or not. Yeah, it was my squat day, so I was like, all right, whatever, man. I just walked away. What would you have done? I was a little pissed.
So pissed.
I mean, I have a little bit of a benefit that for somebody that's almost 50, I've got a fairly good physique, and I know all the guys in the gym that are bigger than me. So I had some young kids say that to me, and then I just stopped and I just looked from foot to top, and I was like, you know what, buddy, you need this a little bit more than me. You take all the time.
Oh, I should have said that.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you need this. I mean, if you're going to be a prick and you're going to pop off like that, not be respectful, I'm going to go right back at you and walk away and put my headphones on. Yeah, that's a young kid. It was cable crossovers. Dude, I'm doing some supersets. I might be here a bit. And I looked at him. I was like, yeah. And I told him that. But yeah, that if you're not going to be respectful, it's a gym. It's not your home gym. You're coming in to use. Yeah. Oh no, that's what I would have said. Nah, just take that little pause, look at him, say, yeah, you need this more than me, buddy.
Schooled him.
Who's got a time machine? I need to go back and
you
talk to this guy again.
Just destroyed him.
That's what this Todd would have done. Yeah. And then I would have flexed, and he would have been scared.
Man.
Oh yeah, you always gotta flex on him.
Yeah. See, this guy, he's in his 40s. So it's reverse. So it's do I respect the elders? Because I'm in my 20s. It's a little different. And but he all he does is abs and biceps. That's all I've ever seen him do. And I'm not sure why. What he was doing the bicep curls and the power rack into the ab rollouts. Yeah, using an easy curl bar. It was just
no. That's bullshit. But anyway, it was fun. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah. And I probably would have said, well, doing what you're doing, it's going to take you a while. So, no.
Man.
Yeah. I hope that guy's listening.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Screw you, guy.
I'll say that.
So you would have insulted him and flexed on him. I love it.
I would give him the harsh coaching reality. Yeah, you need this more than me. Okay, I'll let you do it there, buddy. There you go, tough guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for letting us know what you would do in that scenario.
True alpha move.
I'm not advising it, especially if the guy's bigger than you. Looks like he's jacked on Trent or something. But
oh yeah, no, he wasn't roid raging in the slightest. Definitely not.
Okay. Yeah, good.
All right. It's now our favorite time.
It's time to prod Todd.
Alrighty then. Time to prod Todd. This is a series of random questions. And the first one being, how long after Christmas is it acceptable to still have your tree up?
The first week into January.
Okay.
All right.
I see that.
Yeah.
Brad, how long do you keep yours up?
Oh,
Do you even have a tree?
I do. Well, not currently because it's not Christmas, but
This is true.
after Christmas, it's probably it's like a February tradition for me.
Okay.
February 1st is when I really I just go through the de-Christmasing of my apartment. So
Each Christmas.
The whole complex.
Yeah.
You just
the whole complex. I make
Ripping
everybody
the
here
lights
keep
off.
their. Yeah, I'm like, you better not take this down.
I decorate the whole complex.
Like I'm basically the HOA of this apartment complex. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's good until February. Depends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had one up in Pennsylvania. I bought a real Christmas tree for the first time ever because I worked with a guy who owned a Christmas tree farm, and I think I had that thing in my apartment till like March. I don't normally do this, but like that thing, like if you
Did you keep it alive?
Yeah, if you like lit a candle 40 feet away, my whole apartment probably would just went up in flames. Like it was so dry.
Smokey the Bear would have been pissed.
Yeah, that was a giant safety hazard.
Sounds like it.
I don't like. My wife's big on all the holiday decorations.
Yeah,
I hate like moving it. I hate doing things that you don't do and it's not finished and it's done. But in a few months you're going to have to do it again and do it again. I've always hated those types of things. So we'll start with Halloween, starting all the Halloween. We did mums yesterday and put them on the front. And it's just, this whole season. I love summer because all she does is put like festive flags outside. That's about it. Little flagpole. It's always something. They call me a Grinch for that. Anyway, it's like as soon as possible. But I think the first week in January is appropriate.
Seems right. That's a good point though too. It's like this is the time of the year where it's like, yeah, you gotta do all the Halloween, then you take that down, and you put up all the Thanksgiving stuff, and you take that down. It's Christmas time, which is like just straight balling.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, then Easter, and then spring.
Year round.
Well, that's where you need to get to the point where you have like 5 or 6 different houses, and each one you just have decorated. You have a Christmas house, you have your Thanksgiving house, Halloween house, like. Then you don't have to really move stuff around. You set it up once. You have you have to spend a lot of money on it, but
you do. Yeah.
You save time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's a real problem solving situation. So that's my solution to it. Just have 6 or 7 different houses.
Good idea, Brad.
Yes, smart. All right. If you had a kangaroo pouch, what would you keep in it? So basically, if you were wearing instead of it's a kangaroo pouch. It is part of you. I was going to say it's kind of like a hoodie.
Building guys have. What would I keep in it?
Yeah,
a bottle of water. I always have water with me.
It's one singular bottle of water.
I mean, enough. Other things. It depends on what state you're in, and it's not legal in this state, so I'm not going to mention that. Yeah. So if I was in Michigan or Colorado or Alaska where it's legal, probably an edible.
That makes sense.
But not in Indiana because we just got the ability to buy alcohol on Sunday a year ago.
Ooh,
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Moving up in the world.
20th century.
Yeah.
So,
finally out of prohibition times.
Yeah.
I think that's very solid.
Dasani and edible.
Dasani?
Or smart water. I'm not sure what he's into.
Yeah, what's your water of choice?
Fiji. I think Fiji Fiji water. There's a taste difference. No matter what, that is by far my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now smart water. I like the squeeze bottles. I have people that don't drink enough. The nice thing about the squeeze bottle, I tell people, this is free advice. If you have a hard time drinking water, that squeeze bottle, squeezing it, you can drink more. Doing the actual process of like a gallon water jug and doing the drinking is very hard, and that process will limit you. So those smart water squeeze bottles, and I'll usually get those and just like refill them back up to drink and do that squeeze process. You can drink more water that way. So people I have that have a hard time drinking water and getting enough water in, I have them do that, and that's great. So the smart water bottles are great.
Yeah.
Don't know that much as far as that. Yeah.
That makes sense because I guess it just forces it down your throat.
It does.
Yeah. We're talking about water. We're talking about.
But the actual process of swallowing, there's things that happen to your body and this and that. It's like, I don't want to swallow again or whatever. So anyway. Yeah. Okay. Next.
So the next question is, very, very related.
This is not going to be good. I'm going to add DMs again. So it's not appropriate. I have those. Okay.
All right. How many different types of birds have you seen in your lifetime?
Oh my God. And what's that? There's a movie with Jack Black, The Big Year, I think that's called.
Year one.
That's about them going out and seeing like birds and stuff. I don't know. I've been all over. I haven't really paid attention to the birds.
You haven't kept a bird journal? How dare you?
No.
He's like, what?
A note on your phone?
No, I haven't. No.
So,
I don't know. Maybe shit. How many are there?
That's a good question.
I would say around 400.
When we don't have 2,000. I don't know. Maybe a couple hundred. Shit. Yeah.
Do you know what your favorite bird you've seen is?
Have
you seen like a rare bird?
Not a rare. This is going to sound real hokey, but I go to Alaska often. But honestly, it's a bald eagle.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I do the hiking and deep sea fishing. It's the last time I was up there about a month and a half ago. Was fishing, and the guy threw a salmon off the boat for some reason, and it was a 12-pound salmon. This bald eagle comes and picks it up and is flying by. I think they're just kind of mesmerizing, not just because the bird of America, but just massive, and see this huge fish that it just comes and picks up and flies off with you. You kind of saw the power. So I love bald eagles and red-tailed hawks. We have a lot of red-tailed hawks in the Midwest.
Yeah. I've never seen a bald eagle in person, I don't think.
Yeah, it's neat. Like when you're on a boat and you're walking, you look on the side, you got all the trees. You look for, it looks like just a little white dot. So I always tell people, look for a golf ball because that head pops out. Yeah. So you see all the green, you look and it's like there's a little white dot. Bam, that's how you spot the bald eagles when you're hiking or out on a boat along the coast. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they're majestic. They're badass, man. They're badass.
Yeah, they are.
Also,
I did make you want to shotgun a beer. Oh, yes.
Oh.
There are 18,000 bird species in the world. Just so you know.
Oh, so I was close at 400.
You were very
selling
close.
The world short of selling the world short of how many birds we have. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I did not know that. That's a shit ton of birds.
I'll stick with 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of birds you need to see, actually.
Yeah.
I'll put that on the list. Put legs on a futon today. I've got it. You're on the list.
Well, here's another thing that's on the list. We brought up Michael's wedding coming up. So the question is, explain to Michael how to tie a tie.
Oh my God. Explain it.
Yeah.
It's not, is it a regular tie or a bow tie?
It's actually a bow tie.
Ooh.
For me, it's actually pre-assembled, but let's act like it's not. Sorry, pre-tie.
Oh, yeah, I Google or YouTube.
Great advice.
I wear sweats, tank tops. That's what I do, not bow ties. I can't.
Oh.
Can't help you. I had to wear. I went to an all-boys Catholic high school, so I had to wear a tie then, and not anymore.
Yeah, you should toss on a tie with the sweatsuit. Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, the Adidas and the tie, huh?
Yeah. Business casual.
Business casual.
Yeah.
All right, so Google it. I love that. Fabulous advice.
Yes.
It's the best it's ever been explained to me before. So I appreciate that.
All right. Sorry.
Can you trust someone with a first and last name that both sound like first names? It's like a Jake Todd or something.
Yeah, with like that, you wonder if they're real to begin with. So I think you're already, it's like, is that your real name, or what do you stand away from? So
what are you trying to do?
Yeah, it's like, Todd John.
Your last name's not John.
Probably not. It would take some time. We'd have to build a rapport.
Yeah. Once I get to know them a little bit, but upon first encounter, no way.
No, I'm thinking you're phony.
Yeah, they've just assumed they have a basement full of bodies or something.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. You got any? You good, Michael?
Oh yeah, now I got to cut this out. Thanks, Brad.
I didn't know if you were satisfied. You didn't look satisfied.
I'm incredibly satisfied. I like the bodies.
He was thinking about the bodies in the basement.
He was. And he's so satisfied. That satisfies you. You're one of those guys.
Oh no.
So this is a pretty good one. This happens a lot. Would you rather eat a burrito or find $8?
Eat a burrito.
Ooh, what would you? What would be the ingredients in this burrito?
The burrito. I would do a halibut burrito with a pineapple mango chutney, cilantro, and just a little bit of sour cream, some sharp cheddar cheese. Yep, that would be it.
That's smart. I think that's more than an $8 burrito. So you're playing it smart.
Value. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would.
That's smart because like you can either get this delicious halibut burrito, or you can, I guess, buy like 8 frozen burritos and just get massive diarrhea. So I feel like you're saving yourself and you're getting better quality. That's smart.
Yeah. I am, and if you see my Instagram, I'm all about food. Food, meat and stuff. Yeah, so yeah,
about the meats.
Yeah, about the meats.
The Wagyu. We order. Me and some buddies of mine. We order Wagyu beef about every other week, and I came back with a 63-pound halibut from Alaska and about 20 pounds of salmon. So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
I got a Wagyu ribeye that's got my name on it for dinner tonight. It's just like
that's
phenomenal, dude. I had it. It's so expensive, but it's so good. It's like I'm addicted.
I'm thawing out shrimps. That's what I'm doing. I just wanted to throw my my food endeavors out. I have some shrimps.
Some Wagyu shrimps.
Yeah, Wagyu shrimps. They're very, very, very rare.
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna continue this into another segment that we call
Todd the Builder.
So Todd the Builder is basically where we just ask you to build us something. So build us an omelet to your satisfaction.
Ooh, I'm pretty simple on my omelet. So you want me to start from like the ingredients and what I would do in the process here? I guess.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Okay. I would start with a salted butter, not a margarine. So pat of salted butter, 3 eggs, a dash of water just to fluff the eggs up, mix them, put it down. I like to use a nonstick skillet.
Ooh.
And then the only thing I would put it, tomatoes, potatoes, and cheese.
Okay.
So,
no meat.
Yeah, no meat.
No, I'd have country fried ham on the side.
Okay. On the side.
Dude, I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
See,
I don't. You know what? I love meat, but I don't like putting meat like in omelets or stuff. Maybe a little bit of bacon on top, but I don't like putting meat in omelets for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I meat my omelets as much as I can. I'll put steak, freaking sausage, bacon.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Canned tuna.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird. Like it's like tomatoes. Love tomatoes, but I hate tomatoes on sandwiches because it gets the bread wet and it's icky.
Yeah.
But I'll do it on. I'll do it, other ways. So it's kind of like an omelet. Scrambled eggs, I'll put it in there, but not an omelet that I'm cutting up that actually has layers in it. I don't know.
See, I'm a big meaty omelet fan, but I also am a big veggie omelet fan. I like mushrooms, I like green peppers, onions, and I'm really big with. I really like putting salsa on top of it, like a nice, chunky, spicy salsa. It just puts it over the top.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a fancy version of your tomatoes, I guess.
Yeah.
The Spanish version. Spanish
salsa.
Tomatoes. Yes.
Yeah.
What about you? How about you, Michael? Are you an omelet guy?
Yeah, I do more of like a scramble usually, but just like anywhere from like 4 to 6 eggs, some bacon
4
in
to
there.
6.
Yeah, I like
46 eggs. Gotta get my protein in first thing in the morning. And all my fat for the day.
32-inch wide freaking omelet.
Get the guy out of the squat rack doing the
Yeah.
I have a 6-egg omelet, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read about it.
Yeah.
And then I throw some bacon and some cheese. Just keep it simple, kind of like I don't. Oh, I do spinach too. Just kidding. Got to get a little bit of green action in there.
Yeah, I like some spinach in it too.
Yeah, spinach is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went for there was a like 3 or 4 week period where I ate omelets almost every other day, and I would just change the ingredients, and it was really, really good. It was good times.
Huh.
I might try that again.
Yeah.
So the next one is build your perfect sandwich.
No tomatoes.
Yeah, of course, no tomatoes.
There you go. Perfect sandwich. Oh, we'll start with rye bread. I love rye bread. Rye bread and a nice rare roast beef. So we'll do that with Swiss cheese, bib or butter lettuce, not iceberg lettuce on there, and a thin layer of mayonnaise, and then also just regular yellow mustard. I don't get into the spicy mustard and horseradish stuff. I don't care for that too much. But I'll put the meat on both sides of the bread, put the cheese and the lettuce in the middle, and the mayonnaise and mustard on both sides of the bread as well. So on rye bread. That would be my perfect sandwich.
Sounds delicious.
It is. It's good stuff. Yeah. But rye's well, a lot of Ukrainians, Eastern Europeans are big on rye. So I always grew up with rye bread, so love it.
Does pumpernickels have rye in it? Is that the same or is that different? I don't know. I had a pumpernickel sandwich on my bachelor party, and I yelled at someone because I don't like pumpernickel. But I was drunk. They were like, "Just eat the sandwich, Michael."
It
wasn't that bad, honestly.
It's gonna be. I think it's like similar, like color and texture, but I think it's different than rye. But yeah, it's gonna be like isn't pumpernickel kind of like a brown or bronze?
Yeah, it's very, very brown.
Yeah.
Dark.
I can help dark. I don't have to research that one.
Oh, I googled it. It says dark, dense German bread made from coarsely ground whole grain rye.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, so it's just a little bit of rye.
It's like a sister to the rye bread.
Yeah, it's just a distant cousin.
Distant cousin.
Also probably related to Rumpelstiltskin.
Likely. Yeah, I think
probably good with German beer. I'm sure that's probably where they made it.
Most things are good with German beer.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. I think mine. I like to toast my bread. I gotta get some like toasted Ezekiel bread or something. Then put like a thin layer of mayo. I do the spicy mustard though. You gotta spicy
brown.
Spicy deli mustard. That's brown.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I do that, and then like a half a pound of like turkey or something. I'm not a ham guy. I don't know why. Yeah, dude, you gotta load it up. I gotta get that protein in, bro.
46 eggs. You think he was gonna go slices?
Right, exactly. He's like,
I put 6 pounds of ground turkey on. No, not ground. Jesus.
Slice. Gross.
Dude, that'd be disgusting. Ground turkey.
You're so irrational with your portion sizes.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I've never been.
That'd be like, are you bulking, bro?
That's what it seems like. He's trying to bulk up.
I gotta get the macros right,
bro. You're late now.
I don't know. I don't know, but I hate like when I get a sandwich and it's like a slice of meat. Like
yeah.
It's just not like I went to Europe and it was like they gave me like this sandwich. It was like the thickest, densest bread, and they had one slice of deli meat on it, and I was like,
"Oh no,
this is so dry."
Yeah, New York City, like Carnegie Deli, and just any legit deli in New York City, you go there and that stuff's just packed high. So New York, they know how to make sandwiches there. Yeah.
Bradley, what about you?
What's your
sandwich.
Man, I'm gonna go the basic route. I mean, I'm a wheat guy. I like some wheat bread.
Little PB&J.
I like roast beef. I like to double meat my sandwiches sometimes. So like a roast beef and like a nice oven roasted turkey with some provolone,
I can dig.
Kind of teetering on the club.
It's
not really. Not totally.
It's like an
going.
off-brand club. Like, it's a club that like everybody can get in. We don't card. Yeah, and maybe like some mayo and yes, Dijon. I like Dijon.
The Dijon.
Yeah, the Dijon. That's what we call it. Go past some of that Dijon.
That's what. All right. Sounds delicious. The last thing we want you to build us is a home gym.
Okay. Well, seeing as for years I did special flooring, like I said, in the horse industry, but I also did like the rubber flooring you see in gyms. So all good home gym starts with a good solid rubber floor. And I would have a multi-purpose machine, looks like a cable crossover machine, but smaller, with the pulleys that go up and down on both sides. I would do that. Depends on who I'm doing it for. Do dumbbells up to 50s and 5-pound increments with an adjustable incline flat bench. I would have medicine balls, 10, 12, 14-pound med balls, battle rope, and kettlebells up to 24 kilograms, and an elliptical machine. So that would be it. I mean, that's a pretty
solid
extensive the kettlebells. But I'm a big kettlebell fan as far as for strength training and stuff.
Nice.
Wouldn't necessarily put in a squat rack or anything like that. So that's what I put in there.
Nice.
What size TV would you put in there?
72.
Perfect. Okay.
Do they sell 72 inches?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What do you think this is?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember when I got a 70-inch TV, my buddy was like, "I'm just gonna go buy a 71-inch just to flex on you."
Yeah, it's good.
It didn't exist at the time.
Is that why you were questioning it?
Yes, that's why I was questioning. I don't believe the 72-inch exists.
Oh, you just wanted to mention how big your TV was.
I did not.
You're like, oh, they make 72s. I'm just sitting here with the 70-inch one. No big deal. I see your game.
Yeah,
that was my out of college purchase. That thing was like $1,500 when I bought it, and now it's like $800 at Walmart.
Oh yeah, we oh geez, about 8 years ago when the first HD TVs came out, a guy who owns a big audio video supply place here in Fort Wayne. It's like second largest in the country. They do like musicians and stuff. It's called Sweetwater, and they had the first. I think Sony came out with the first HD TV. Yeah. The Super HD or 4K, and I remember we got that, and it was $8,000. I was at Costco now, and those things are like $1,200 for bigger 4K and all. Technology always disgusts me because the prices drop with it.
Right.
You know,
it's absurd.
It's like buying a Cadillac. You buy it, and a year later, it's at half the price. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's been the biggest thing. Is I remember TVs, like you were saying, were like $8,000, and now it's like, it's like $280. You get like a 60-inch TV. I mean, it will probably fall apart, but like you could still, they're at least accessible. Back in the day, like there was 3 different brands who made TVs. Now there's everybody's making TVs.
Yeah. And they say the parts are all made at the same factory.
Yeah.
And, you hear those stories all the time. So but.
Also go back to the home gym. Do you put up the mirrors?
Yes, you do put up the mirrors. I think the mirrors are good. And reason not to look at yourself, but to keep yourself on form. Like if you're doing like a body weight squat, or you're doing a kettlebell squat or an overhead carry, the mirrors let you see the positioning a lot of times, whether you're going deep enough. You get like when you squat, what you call like the butt wink and stuff, that lumbar area kind of rotates. So no, gym mirrors are very important, especially from a strength and conditioning standpoint. So you can tell somebody positioning, but when you show them and they can see themselves, you can correct it a lot better. So definitely mirrors are important.
Yeah. Not to practice my flexes.
I've never thought about mirrors being used for like positioning. I've always thought about them for being like, just like checking yourself out.
Checking that post.
Yeah. I never thought about the form and stuff checking. That makes sense.
I had software at my strength and conditioning center where I could do it and then shoot it up on a screen and draw a line and show people and stuff like that. But mirrors are great, really quick, so you can see, you can kind of see what's going on in athletes, and people can correct their form. So yeah, not just your regular everyday gym that you go to. It's probably not used that way, but definitely not in a strength and conditioning standpoint. They're really important.
Have you seen the commercials for the new mirror workout thing?
Oh, yeah.
No.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Oh,
Some apartment complexes are putting them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a workout system, and it gives you work. Yeah, I think I've seen that once or twice, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a commercial for it the other day. And I was like, oh, this is what we're doing now. We're just making it's basically a screen, but it's a shiny screen.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll look for that. I think I know what you're talking about, but
yeah, it's
they're hokey. Yeah.
Starting at 0% APR, or you can spend $42 a month to finance one.
This is our sponsor now. Apparently,
Mirror? I know. Are we sponsored by Mirror?
Apparently, no. They need to get the technology discount for these mirrors though. Gym mirrors are not cheap. Like to get like the 3x5 foot. Like I was like, oh yeah, that'd be like $50. It's like
no,
like $300 or something. I'm like,
good
what
Lord.
the heck?
Well, and then if you're doing it like in a commercial gym, you have to have it adhere to the back. You can't just clamp it on the wall just from a liability standpoint. So when they do it, it's got they got to use that special adhesive on the back and do it, and then line it up so that you think you put a mirror on the wall and they line up. You got to adjust them so they're lined up so you're not like in a crease and looking funky. So yeah, I think I spent $9,000 on mirrors at my strength. We had a 40 square facility, and we just had them on one wall. Yeah. So yeah, they weren't cheap. They weren't cheap.
We bought 2 of them, and I have a newfound respect for gym mirrors.
So yeah, I was gonna say you should have just got one of those big standing mirrors from Walmart and just moved it everywhere you went.
Yeah,
I considered.
It's like $35.
Yeah,
just line up a bunch, but then they got the frame. I don't know. It's this whole thing.
Oh, you could take the frames off, man. You're a handyman.
Yeah. On to the next segment.
That's odd, Todd.
Yeah, that was not an abrupt transition at all. So natural and smooth. Yeah. So speaking of being smooth, actually not at all. This segment is about the 2 truths and 1 lie. Do you have those prepared?
I do.
All right. When you're ready, go ahead and spout those off, and Michael and I will see if we can guess which one's the lie.
Okay. So the 3 are on a hike in Alaska. I was on a solo hike. I ran across a black bear, not a grizzly bear, a black bear, and had to use, I carry a 9mm with me. I had to use the 9mm to basically shoot the bear. The other one is I met my wife on a psychiatric unit while I was in college.
Okay.
And the third is from the years 2000 to 2014, 13 Kentucky Derby winners, thoroughbred horses, were born or were bred on a surface that my company at the time had installed and sold to the breeding facilities.
All right. Pretty intense stuff there. I missed out.
Yeah.
So what I heard was, you shot a black bear.
Yeah.
Right. You met your wife in a psychiatric ward, and the horse mats stalls, or the horse stall mats that you sold led to Kentucky Derby
winners.
Horses.
So the horses that won, all of them, 13 for a 14-year period, 13 of them, the breeding facilities they came from was a surface that I had sold or installed.
Well, that one's so quirky, I believe it.
Yeah.
It's like such a specific.
And he did mention the horse mats, doing all the horse mats and stuff. So that's believable.
I mean, they're all believable.
Yeah, he's a hiker.
Yeah. Shooting bears.
Shooting bears. Just shooting bears.
Well, to save his life. Let's
Yeah,
he's
of
not
course.
just out there maliciously.
Yeah, he's not a
murdering
jerk.
bears.
Take this bear.
See, I would just get in the fetal position there. I learned that in Without a Paddle, the movie.
That's what I've heard. That was a good movie.
And then met the wife in the psychiatric ward. I mean, were you the patient or like what's going on here?
No, not that time.
Not that time. Okay.
In college, I worked full time at University Hospital in Louisville on the psychiatric unit. That's how I paid for myself to go to college. I worked 5 years full time on a lockdown psychiatric unit. And we got all the indigent people that came through there.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, well,
Brad, what do you think?
I don't think he shot the bear.
That, and then I can go into details for the other stuff. That's kind of chum in the water. I don't want to get too much on all those.
So much chum.
Too much chum. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think I'm gonna have to side here. Yeah, with you. I mean, he goes hiking. I'm not sure he's used the 9mm to save his life from a black bear.
Yeah, that part of it was the lie. He actually just punched the bear repeatedly. He didn't use a gun.
He just flexed on him and walked away.
Yeah, just flex on him. You need this more than I do.
Yeah. You guys,
I think that's
right. Now,
yes.
Somewhat true. On my last trip, and I have video on my Instagram, I was coming down a hike Mount Marathon, and I was coming down and took a little side trail. There was a trail that comes down. They have one called the Fairy Trail because it goes through all these ferns, and it's not part of the main trail. And I looked up, and about 30 feet up in the tree was a black bear just sitting there looking at me. No, I did not. I would not. I would not shoot a bear. I'm not big bear hunter, any of that kind of stuff. I would do everything possible to get out of there before I went into the habitat of an animal and then thought, oh no, I've got to shoot it. So no, I did see, and I actually videotaped it and was being goofy saying, I want to take you home, little bear. I did not. But did meet my wife. My wife was actually a resident at University of Louisville Med School, and she was doing a rotation. She was doing an exam. We had a street person that came in that was schizophrenic. She was doing an exam. I had to be in there when a female exams a male. There has to be a male staff member. He started getting aggressive and started hearing voices, and said she can touch me and all this. And I basically got her out of the room, hit the panic button, wrestled him down. That was the first time I actually met my wife.
Oh, wow.
So a couple of years later, I knew her sister, and we crossed paths again. But I did meet her on a psych unit. That was and I always said, I saved your life, so you had to marry me.
That's the rules.
And then, and then the horse farm. Yeah, I mean, that's, for a long period of time. Yeah, the horses that won, they came from a breeding farm that was a client of mine. And that was pretty,
that's crazy.
Pretty neat little thing. So, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What'd you guys put in the mats? Goodness.
Well, we did a spray on. We did a spray on surface that was antimicrobial, kind of look like the Port and Place playgrounds. And then kind of like a spray on top liner. It's a lot like a bed liner, but it's a different chemical that has flexibility, so they could spray it down and sanitize it. And they usually use one stall they call a foaling stall, for all the horses. When the horses are getting ready to give birth, they'll rotate them through there. Not that it's like on a daily basis, but they need to be able to sanitize. Then we also did breeding sheds. In the thoroughbred industry, you have to have the male-female horse. They don't do artificial insemination. So you put like crushed rubber in those areas, and there's certain things you do. It's won't get into it, but it's quite an interesting process.
Yeah, wow.
A lot of breeding sheds in the thoroughbred farms in Lexington. Yeah,
interesting.
That's
all right.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
that was
different. Yeah,
very, very interesting. 2 truths, 1 lie. He's not a bear killer.
Shoot a bear, it would be the absolute last thing I would do. Shoot an animal where I'm going into their element. I'm going to be very respectful of that stuff. So unfortunately, we have the idiots out there oh, there's a bear, let's go shoot it. So anyway,
Yeah.
stay away from
I think
kids.
I think that's pretty good advice, and I think you have some more advice in you. Probably, you think so?
Yeah. On to the next one.
In Todd, we trust.
All right. We trust you, Todd. So what is one piece of advice that you would like to leave our listeners, the Todd Squad?
Okay. One thing I'm really big on accountability and personal responsibility. So when I coach people and work with people, again, working on a psych unit, working in corrections, we always restrain people. So no matter what the most ideal situation, we always had something afterwards. How can we do better? How can we do different? So what I always tell people, I've got a 19-year-old daughter. She's a ballerina and again, athletes and stuff. I always say, even the most ideal situation that you've been in, always ask yourself, what could I have done different or what could I have done better? Because even though you might think you've done the best, I'm always big on taking kind of that personal responsibility as far as how you could have changed the outcome with something. And I do that every time I compete. Okay, I did this last time. Man, it was the best prep ever. I did everything just right. Well, you didn't win. So what can I do differently? I despise pointing fingers unless I can sit there and evaluate and say, there's nothing I could have done differently. But I think we always can. And I think most people, rather than pointing the fingers and blaming somebody else, empowering yourself and taking that responsibility, what could you have done differently? Almost every situation, we could have done something differently to affect that outcome, even if it's the most positive outcome. Like I said, the best restraint scenario I'd ever been in on a psych unit or corrections, what could we have done differently to maybe have it not be a restraint? So I'm real big on people always evaluating yourself before you blame or look at other people. So that's the biggest piece of advice. And I give that to every single client that I work with.
I love that. It's very much like being a victor instead of a victim. I mean,
exactly. I harp on, are you going to be a victim or a survivor of something? You know, I have parents that were in concentration camps in Ukraine. They came over here. They decided to be survivors, not victims of that, not harbor on that stuff. But that's a little bit too deep. But I think every day, okay, what could I have done different in this situation to affect the outcome?
Yeah. I dig it. That's
Brad,
anything to add?
No, I think that was great advice.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, in this society where, I mean, you said you don't want to get into too much stuff, but we have so much more power to do things than we give ourselves credits for. And too many people try to tell you you're powerless and you're this or that. You can affect things a lot more than you think by just evaluating and making those small changes. Like I say, just smile. I find with wearing masks now, just smiling, people seem a lot more down because you can't see a stranger smiling at you. When you're walking through, the grocery store or something.
Yeah.
Those are small things. So when these masks come off, I'm going to make sure I'm smiling at everybody. That stuff. So what? Anyway, but what can you do different? You've got a lot more power in yourself than people will tell you, and you give yourself credit for.
Absolutely. I think that deserves a nod, Todd.
Yes.
It's time to give a nod to Todd.
So, it was a nod-worthy performance. Hope you had a good time.
I did.
I know Michael. I know myself and Michael enjoyed it as always. But we want to thank you for coming on, and everyone out there. You can find him on Instagram at coach_UKI_Todd_. Do you have any additional websites, a YouTube channel, other things that you would like to drop?
Actually, just getting started on a YouTube channel with a couple other people.
Nice.
Going to work with. I'll be 50 in December, so it's going to be an adult-oriented 50 and up kind of nutrition, lifestyle YouTube channel.
Awesome.
So it's not up yet, but my Instagram is the main one. It's my travels, my nutrition, and fitness stuff, and so that's the main one. Stay away from my Facebook page. It's chaotic. No, I like to poke the bear. I'll just say that. I like to get people thinking about poking the bear. So stay on my Instagram site. That's the good one.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the Instagram is filled with a bunch of pictures of meat, some big halibuts,
Indeed.
and some hiking travels. It's pretty interesting. It's
Yeah.
a good follow.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and everyone else out there, if you are not following us already, go ahead and give us a follow on the Instagram at the Toddcast Pod, and subscribe and review wherever you find podcasts. And go ahead and tell a friend. Recommend us to as many people as you can. If you're a Todd or know any Todds, slide into our DMs at the Toddcast Pod or email us at the toddcastpod@gmail.com.
And with that, I'm Michael.
I'm Brad.
And he's Todd.
And he's Todd.
Flexin' Todd.
So much flex.
Oh,